right. All right, Shalom. Yahabashim Yahushai Brakatah. I'm saying this is the Lashawan Qadash, the Hebrew class. I'm saying right now, I'm saying I'm gonna fill in for a minute. Then we're gonna go over well, first of all, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started 1 West 125th Street under Commanding General YAHANNA. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Okay, so we're gonna go over the numbers first, and then we'll go over the names of the prophets, the names of the apostles. All right, so let's go over the alphabet real quick. All right. All right, let's go over the alphabet. Let's see, can y'all see that? Okay. So pronunciation. Ah. Ah. Ba. Ga. Da. Ha. Wa. Za. Ka. Ta. Ya. Ka. La. Ma. Na. Sa. I. Pa. Ta. Za. Qua. Ra. Sha. And the. Okay. And as y'all remember before, something's up with this lighting, man. We're gonna have to fix this lighting or something. All right. So as y'all remember before, we had went over the alphabet. Okay. All right. Before we had went over the alphabet. So let's go over the numbers. All right. Let's go over the numbers. Numbers are not really difficult. Okay. Numbers aren't really difficult at all. All right. Let me even. I bet we don't know. How well does that show up? Not well at all. Right. Okay. All right. So let's start with number one. Y'all see that? Yeah. All right. We're gonna do that in I'm not gonna do it. All right. We're gonna go like this. All right. So that's how you spell it. No. Man, it's been a minute since I wrote this shit. God damn. All right. Yeah. Oh shit. Gosh. I'm tripping. Hold on. Okay. All right. I'll just go 5 at a time. All right. So y'all can, y'all minute write that down. Actually, fix this a little bit. All right. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving then. I got everything right. All right. Yeah, number 6 is probably the easiest one, man. All right, so we got 5 through 10. So we got Shasha, 6, Shabai, 7, Shamawana, 8, the Shai, 9, and Ishara, 10. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a second to copy that down. All right, y'all almost got it. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going, man. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, my fault. All right. Right. Yeah. Hold up. Hold on. No. All right. I have to think about that one for a minute. You know what? We're going. Okay. Oh man. Hold up, man. Did this whole thing backwards. I'm tripping, y'all. All right, y'all. Hey, y'all copy them too. Give me 1 second. All right. How you doing, sis? All right. All right. All right, y'all give me 1 second. How you doing, sir? Would you like to take over the class?
Goddamn right, man.
What's on Christ? I'll give them this last one.
Wait.
All right, that's 11 through 15 right there.
What's that? Why?
Which one?
12. 12
12?
over here. After the one that was like on the right.
Like this one?
Yeah.
Okay, this?
No, over. Over the other way.
That one?
The other way.
Oh, the other one.
Before that.
Before this one?
Yeah.
This?
No, that.
Oh, okay, that's a yeah. That's in the Assyrian.
Oh. So this is Assyrian.
So it's the ancient and the Assyrian. So this is the ancient Hebrew, and then this is the
Oh,
almost Yiddish Hebrew. So yeah, that's 11 through 15. So you know what I'm saying? You notice that most of them, it's the same thing, 1 through 5, but it's just that they have Ishara right after it.
So just right with 20.
With 20? 20. That would be see.
Make sure you put the caps on the wall.
Oh, okay. Okay, I should. So, okay, so 20 is Asharayim. You know, usually when we have yum after anything, it means plural. So when we have yum, like in the Hebrew, you know, it usually means plural, like Alahayim. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? It just usually means more than one. So like 20 is Asharayim. It's like two tens put together.
How is 10?
In the Hebrew?
Like how do you see it? No, how you see it?
How you say it? 10?
Yeah.
Oh, Ishara. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so it's like,
Ishara,
right. So it's like, you know, it's the yum made it plural. So it's like two tens. It's almost like math. So do I have to not to say pass the classroom to so you wanna
All right. Yeah, brother, month is our hand. You got everything, sis?
can you see it?
Got it. Okay. So we are going to pick up kind of sort of where we left off previously, finishing up. We did the names of the 12 disciples. So now we're going to get into the names of some of the apostles. All right. And if time is willing, we'll get into some other stuff for your notes. All right. All right. Names of all right. So all right, we're going to start off with one of the famous ones that wasn't a disciple, Saul. All right. Saul, let's see, in the Hebrew is yep. Shawal. I'll do it in Syria too. Which means desired. All right. So Saul, who was famously met by Christ on the road to Damascus, you know, Christ is like, Saul, Saul, why art thou persecuting me? You understand? He was a Pharisee. You understand? A very knowledgeable man in the law. You understand? He understood the letter of the law, but not the spirit of the law. You understand? So Saul in Hebrew is Sha'wal, which means desired. All right. And when he came into the truth, just like everybody else, he becomes a new creation. All right. He went from Saul to Paul. Oh, and if you want the Strong's Concordance number for Saul, it is H 7586. 7586. You want to look it up, you know, and have a reference in your own time. All right. So Paul is a word. It's a double entendre. I'm gonna put the Strong's Concordance number up under here for both. H 6, 3, 2, 1, and H 6, 3, 2, 2. All right. Wall. Which means all right. So Paul or Pawal in the Hebrew means being or distinguished because it is translated to little or small. All right. So Saul, who was supposed to be a great man, Christ humbled him and made him small. You know what I'm saying? Made him meek, humbled him. You understand? So, but it's a double entendre because the same word for small, which is being, also means distinguished. So it's a double entendre. That's how it goes. All right. So we have Saul, who's a Benjamite, according to Scripture. You understand? Majority of the Pharisees and Sadducees and those in ruling class, they were Southern Kingdom. When we went over the 12 apostles, based off of majority of their surnames, majority of them were of the Southern Kingdom. They were like Judite, Benjamite, or of a Levi heritage. By their names, you could tell. It doesn't give you, except for like two of them, from their surname, exactly what tribe they came from. But due to their names, you could tell that all of them came from the Southern Kingdom. Okay. All right. So moving on. All right. Next one we're going to do is Timothy. All right. And the Strong's Concordance number is H1922 and H410. Choose honoring God. All right. So Timothy, all right, whose name means honoring God, is Hadar Ya'ala. Hadar, which is H1922, which means honor, and Ya'ala, of course, is my power, right? So when you have Yah as a prefix, it gives ownership, my, all right? You understand? Like Yah Shemar, you understand? He watches, he is watchful, you understand? Or Malakia, my messenger, right? Okay. Or what's another one? Allahaya, right? You understand? Just another way of saying my power, right? So it puts ownership, you know what I'm saying, to the adjective, the verb, or the noun, whether it's used on the prefix side or the suffix side, all right? So Hadar Ya'ala means honoring God. That is Timothy's name in the Hebrew, all right? Okay. Let's see, I got room to write one more. I got room to write one more. All right, next one we're gonna do Titus. Okay. Strong's Concordance reference number is H2946. All right. So next up we have Titus. Strong's Concordance number is H2946. In the Hebrew, his name is Tapak, which means nurse in the Hebrew. Real talk, the real Tupac. You understand? Real talk. All right. So I'll give you guys a chance to write this down and take pictures for your notes. It's okay, sis. If you don't have it all, just take your time. Just let me know when you're ready, okay? All right. See if we got any questions online. What's the difference between the apostles and the disciples? Good question. All right. The difference between the apostles and the disciples, right? A disciple is someone that's taught, right? It's a student. It's another word for student. So you remember like in the old Kung Fu movies, right? You understand? Like, you know, like the Wu-Tang Clan movies, you understand? Or the Seven Venoms, you understand? They had disciples. They were disciples of a certain style, right? So John the Baptist had disciples. They were followers, students of John the Baptist. You understand? And Christ himself, he had disciples. He had followers. Christ had a lot of disciples at one point, you know, and then when stuff got hard, you know what I'm saying, they caught ghosts and he was left with 12. 12 to carry on the torch, the light that Christ left for us to carry this burden. It's true. All right. Now, apostles, somebody look up the word apostle for me. Oh, since this is the School of Universal Practical Knowledge, let's look up the word apostle, which comes from the Latin word apostole. What you got? Anybody? You got it? What you got?
Chief disciples of Jesus.
So it should be like two definitions.
Any important early
There you go.
Christian teacher.
There you go.
And there's some other ones too.
All right. So the difference between a disciple and an apostle, right? A disciple is someone that sat at the foot of someone and learned, like a pupil. You understand? And an apostle is someone that follows the teachings of. You understand? And teaches these things. They're a teacher of a certain discipline, of a certain practice. They're a practitioner of whatever. You understand? So that is the difference between a disciple and an apostle. All of the apostles are the people that were after Christ left. You understand? Like Titus, Titus, Paul, Timothy, Barnabas, Judas, whose surname was Barabbas. We're not talking about Judas Alphaeus, who was a disciple. So there were multiple Judases. So you had you had two Judases that were disciples of Christ. You had Judas Iscariot, you had Judas Alphaeus, right? Then you had an apostle named Judas, whose surname was Barabbas, right? Then you have Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Joseph is another apostle, right? These are people that carried on the torch, that came into the truth after Christ ascended, you know what I'm saying, to the heavens with his Father. You understand? Like Timothy, he learned straight up under Paul. You know what I'm saying? Paul called Timothy his son. You understand? Like, I sent my son Timothy to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just like Commanding General YAHANNA is a father to us all. You understand? We are all sons of him, just like all the sisters in school are his daughters. You understand? So that's the difference between a disciple and an apostle. Let me see if we got any questions on Facebook real quick. Just trying to reconnect podcast. No sweat. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. All right, you guys got this? All right, cool. Hey, check the feed on Facebook, like on your phone, so you can still broadcast. And it said it was trying to reconnect on the computer. Go ahead, sis. Okay, good.
Wonder why it does that.
I don't know either. Like, sometimes it does that, you know. I don't know. What did it say on Facebook?
I'm still loading.
So that means it's hold on 1 second.
Like the whole page is still loading.
Bear with us 1 second, guys.
Oh, there's a lag on it.
It's a lag on it, but it's still broadcasting.
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay, no sweat. All right, cool. All right, cool. All right, so the next name that we're going to do, the next apostle, we're going to do Barnabas. And if you have any questions online, just type them in. I'll be sporadically looking, and we'll answer them as you have questions. All right. Barnabas. All right. The Strong's number for it is H1247. And H5029. All right. So, does anybody want to take a stab at this? You should be able to at least break down one part of this name. Barnabas. Go ahead. No sweat. You want to try, sis? Close. Missing one letter. Bar. What does the word bar mean?
That's like something, it's like ish kind of.
Bar is another word for son. So you have bond and bar, right? So bar means son. All right. So in Hebrew, of course, that's bond. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. So Barnabas, right? Bar is another word for son. In Hebrew is ban yab ya'ah, right? On yab ya'ah is son of rest, all right? So Barnabas is the son of Naba Ya'ah. You understand? That is his father, all right? So whenever you see Bar Joseph, Barnabas, uh, what was another one? Bartholomew, you understand? Bar Joseph, you know what I'm saying? That's just saying that they're the son of, you know what I'm saying? Bartholomew in Hebrew is Bartholomew, which is a son of Ptolemy. You understand? All right. So you got a question, sis? Go ahead. Nabaya? Yes. Yes. This is rest. It's one way of saying rest in Hebrew. Yes, ma'am. All right. Okay. For the sake of it, I'm going to do, because you have Judas, whose surname was Barsabbas. All right. I'm going to do Judas. I mean, of course, Judas is Judah, right, in Hebrew. So I'm going to do that for the sake of class, right? So Must do the whole. Do the whole thing. Judas. Bar. Right. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So, real quick, Judas is all right. So first part, the name that he was given, all right, was Judas. In Hebrew, it's YAHANNA, which means praise or thanks. All right. So we're gonna do his surname, Barsabas. All right. All right. All right. So for this H, the Strong's number is just like the other one, H 1247 and H 6634. All right. So somebody give a shot at it. Barsabas. Raise your hand. Somebody raise your hand. All right. So we got first part of it. We got son. Bar means son. So in Hebrew, of course, it's going to be bond. Word is bond, son. Bond. And the next one is Hazabah. Yeah. Son of Sabash. Let me see what Sabash means real quick. Do. H 66. which means desire. And this is a Levite, a prominent Levite name. So there's a strong possibility that Judas, whose surname Barsabbas, right, was a Levite, but definitely Southern Kingdom. But Tazabah is a Levite name. Okay. Go ahead. What does it mean? Amataza, since you taught the class. Mm-hmm. No sweat, bro. My number 2.
Right.
I mean, I'm saying you just taught the class on it. Break down the mathematics.
Taza. Well, I guess it's the illustration is trail, but the definition is a journey, a chase, or a hunt.
Right.
So she's probably asking, you probably wondering about your name, right? Taza La.
So Sabas, right, is Tazabah, right? So Taza is to hunt, to journey, right? To chase, right? So it's easy how you can get desire from this. So you have the ba and the ha if you really want to break it down, all right? So ba is family, house, or inn, and ha is to look, reveal, or breathe. So journey to hold on. Journey and look. Journey and reveal. Desire. All right. So you can break down a word letter by letter. You understand? And you could somewhat get the same breakdown of the overall meaning of the actual word itself. But it's not hard to see how you can get desire from Tazabah. So, but Tazabah is a very prominent Levite name. If you actually look up that word, I think you'll get a scripture in Daniel. You get a scripture in Genesis, I think 1 in Deuteronomy, with the actual name itself. All right. But take a picture. Make sure you guys got all of this down. While y'all doing that, I'm gonna look and see if we got some more questions. All right, no more questions. All right, cool. All right, everybody got it? Good? Good, sis? Sis, you good? You got this puzzled look on your face. What's wrong? If you got a question, ask it.
Yes.
Ask your question.
Would be so that part of why.
What? What part?
Yeah.
The bond?
No, just I noticed that certain letters are taken out.
What do you mean certain letters are taken out? A letters are taken
Like
out?
how you wrote it in the paper.
Mm-hmm. What letter
It's
to
not
take?
written like that in what it means.
Wait, I'm confused.
Okay, like for Judas, the Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
what is it? The
Yeah.
Yahweh, Daha,
It's like the A at the end was taken.
but all of them are like that.
What do you mean the A? So this is the reason why, right? That's why when you're first learning Hebrew, they want you to learn the Paleo Ancient Phoenician first, right? Because the Paleo Ancient Phoenician first has the connectors, right? This is ancient Hebrew, right? Paleo Ancient Phoenician. That's a time period, all right? So that's during like Babylonian times, right? Assyrian came along during the Assyrian captivity, right? The next form of Hebrew after this is Yiddish, right? Yiddish is a mix of German and Assyrian Hebrew, adopted by the Khazarians and the Ashkenaz. Okay, all right. So they want you to learn Paleo Ancient Phoenician first, right? Because with that you have connectors, right? So close parentheses lets you know that the word is joined together. The letters are joined together. So this is not bana, it's bond. Okay. Okay. So right here, okay, this is one word, right? So think of this as whole notes, the close parentheses, and the open parentheses as staccato notes. All right. So you have bond, nab, ya, ha. All right. So whenever you see an open parentheses, you pronounce that letter exactly how it sounds in the alphabet. All right. Whenever you see a close parentheses, those letters are joined together, and the last part of the last word, the A is dropped off. Okay. That's why I'm writing it in Assyrian and in Paleo Ancient Phoenician for that purpose, so you can see the connectors. Okay. Is that better? Well, I didn't write it down here. I'm sorry. So, Bon Taza Ba. So when you look at the Paleo Ancient Phoenician, it's pronounced exactly how it's written. So that should help you. So when you're starting to learn, I would focus more on the Paleo Ancient Phoenician because that'll help you better with sounding out words. Okay. And then as you get better at seeing these, but I would always write your Assyrian with this. So you're getting the practice of seeing it. So when you start saying words and like prime example, like, so if you buy a Torah and a Tanakh now, right, it's going to be in Assyrian, right, or Yiddish. Okay. So it's not going to be any connectors. But after practicing in the Phoenician Hebrew, right, when you start saying it, like, oh, that don't sound right. I think it's connected because it's all about repetition, right? The only way you get good at something is by doing it over and over. That's why you have two names. I did two names back to back that had bar in it because now you know bar means what? Hmm? Bar means son.
Wait. Oh, Bani.
No, the letter ba. The letter ba. The letter Ba. So that's so the class that he did yesterday. So all right, so I don't want to confuse you. All right. So I just added on to the lesson that he did last week. The lesson he did last week, he broke down the Hebrew alphabets. Every letter, this is a living language. Every letter has a meaning, right? And you put a whole bunch of letters together, you get a definition, which makes a word. You get definitions from a word, right? Okay. So each of these letters give clarification to the overall meaning of this word. Okay. So our sister behind you, she asked what was the actual definition of the letter Taza, right? And that's when we were like journey, trail, hunt, right? Okay. And then I broke down the rest of the letters in the name. Ba means house, family, or the word in, I-N. Okay. And then I forgot what I said how it was. Yeah, to look, reveal, or breathe. Right? So those are the letters. Those aren't words. Right? The word is Tazabah. Okay? Right? Which means desire. But it's a Levite name. Okay? Okay? All right. So you still confused? Well, that's what we're here for, sis. So if you have any, there's no question, just like in class, there's no stupid question, okay? Because there are people that are going to be here for the first time. That's why we make sure every class we go over the alphabets and the numbers, right? Okay? All right, so if you have any question, you raise your hand. I'm going to stop, okay? That's for anybody, online, in class, whatever question it is, because it's for your understanding, okay? All right, cool. All right, we got one more to go. Everybody got this? You good? All right, cool. And that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked it, because somebody that's online would probably be thinking the exact same question that you had. Just like I'm glad that brother online asked the question, what's the difference between a disciple and an apostle? A lot of people don't know the difference of it because they think the disciples are apostles. They think the apostles are disciples. You know, some Christians think that Paul walked with Christ. Negative. Wait.
Oh, how do you know what's a Levite name and a Judah name?
So the way you know this, right, is so when you research these words, right, that's why I give the Strong's Concordance number, right? So that Strong's Concordance number will pull up two different things, right? It'll pull up every time that word is used in the Bible, and some of those times it is used in the Bible, it'll be someone's name, right? So when you pull the reference of that name being used, every time it's a Levite in the Old Testament. So that's how you know that that name is a prominent Levite name, just like Judah. Judah is a prominent name, just like Brandon, Jonathan, Brittany, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you feel me? So it's a prominent name from a household or a tribe, okay? So normally the people that adorn that name come from that tribe. You understand? Like a person that made the name Judah famous is two people. Of course, Judah, you understand? The head of that line. Then you have Judas Maccabeus, who was the most famous general in Israelite history, right? From the book of Maccabees, right? So that's a very popular name, okay? All right? Okay, so the last apostle that we're going to do Joseph. All right. And the Strong's Concordance number is H3130. And it's always important that you go back and look up these numbers. If you don't know how, the best tool that I would suggest, like if you have a smartphone, or a laptop or a tablet to download the Blue Letter Bible app. And in the search bar in the Blue Letter Bible app, if you type in this number, H3130, or any Strong's number, it's going to pull up every Bible verse that uses that. All right. Then you click on that Bible verse and you do the interlinear concordance, and it'll show you that verse in Hebrew. And you type and you click on this number. You'll see the number and the word and the reference in transliterated English that it reference. And it'll pull up this word in Hebrew and give you the definition. After class, I'll give you guys a demonstration on how to use it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Yeah. All right. So the last name, Joseph, the apostle Joseph, his name in Hebrew is YAHANNA, right? Which means let him add, which is another prominent Levite name. All right. Yeah, see, kind of, sort of. All right. So, all right. So the last one we're going to do is Joseph. Joseph in Hebrew is YAHANNA. So sis, look. What's your name again? Sorry. Shamara. All right. So Shamara, look. YAHANNA. See? No problem. So remember, open parentheses means that you pronounce it. Matter of fact, I'm going to write it for you. All right. So this is for your notes. All right. So open parentheses is the sound of the alphabet. Example, same word. It's bana, right? Because you have two open parentheses. So it's going to make the sound of the alphabet. Ba and na. That'll be the word. Bana, bana. All right. So close parentheses. Sound of two alphabets joined in the last letter, the A is dropped. Example, bond. Okay. Right at time. Do you have any other questions, sis? I mean, just getting started. You know, do you have like anything that sticks out, or anything that you had a question about, or that you were interested in, or that you wanted to learn? What's up, sis?
What's the difference between ka and ka?
It's ha and ka.
Ka is K.
No, ha is K. Like your name is Chabatazala.
Ka.
Ha. Like you hawking up Louis. Ha. Okay. So Chabatazala is your name. All right. And another one is Ka.
Ka.
Yeah, like Ka. All right. So that's the difference. They sound completely different. Now I know, like say like when you're reading, right? And, you know, sometimes when people are reading fast, it's kind of hard to distinguish sometimes, right? But I mean, somebody be like Kapata's a lot. I mean, you know who they talking to, you know. But the right, Kapata's a lot, right? All right. Okay. Everybody got this? I'm gonna leave it up there. Yeah, the people will be like, oh, what they was talking about in the Hebrew class. Should have been there, brother. You know what I'm saying? All right. Make sure you got any more questions online. And Bernie McCray, that was a good question, man. I'm glad you asked it. All right. No questions on Facebook. All right. So with that, we got an Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the commander in YAHANNA. Do not have a head. You know what I'm saying? Don't have a body. Might as well just wither away and die. With that, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Sorry, thumb, and Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Ilathan Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right, we out. Okay, blue letter.